Advertising and public relations sell us things, from the cars we drive and the clothes we wear to the opinions we hold about some things.
Tonight, Jim McLaren joins us for the first part of a two-part look at advertising and public relations in Spokane.
Thank you. The first report is on advertising, a glamorous, big-money business usually associated with places like New York and Los Angeles. And while Spokane hasn't reached the big leagues yet, we do have some very ambitious agencies taking accounts and money away from the big cities.
We decided to buy a new RV, so we called to see where the best loans would be.
The old National Bank used to have a Seattle ad agency do its commercials. That changed when Ed Clark convinced the bank to come to his Spokane agency.
The thing that the old National Bank, I feel, saw in our agency was enthusiasm, aggressiveness, a real commitment to cost efficiency.
In a phone conversation, a bank vice president told us he also moved because he liked the Spokane agency's fresh approach to bank advertising.
Without being too wild and crazy, and with a little bit of decorum, but something different from a bank, giving people things that they didn't expect.
This energy and creativity is new to Spokane advertising. Just 5 years ago, local companies like ISC, the computer firm, took their business to California.
Our sales and marketing effort was down in San Mateo, California, and so we arranged to work with a San Francisco advertising agency at that time, and they've done a real good, strong job for us.
But sticking it out with local agencies has paid off for other companies. When the Spokane Chronicle spruced up its image, Coons, Corker and Associates helped them reach a new audience.
We were reaching out to a different audience. We were trying to make a different impression to get people to think of us in new ways. And we were also extremely interested in finding a way to show the newspaper as a part of a person's life.
It's a nice piece.
There are two types of advertising: print for newspapers and magazines, and broadcast for TV and radio. Spokane agencies have a long reputation for good, creative print ads.
And the reason for that is that print technology's been around for a long time. Print can be handled with relatively low budgets.
But those low budgets hurt ad agencies when it comes to television. Ed Bruneau has written a book on advertising.
Since there's not a lot of large businesses here, the advertising budgets tend to be very small. And unless you're extremely creative or you want to do some things with mirrors, a $5,000 spot simply is not going to look as good as a $40,000 spot for television.
The paradox is that to grow, Spokane ad agencies have had to attract out-of-town clients. And the reason they've been successful at it is, again, due to cost.
Production is less here, and that's a real advantage. You can produce a television spot, I would say, 25, 30, 40% less than you can in Seattle.
The new business is paying off. The top agencies in town are all billing in excess of $2 million a year. One is opening a Seattle office. Another reported a 40% increase in business in the past year, most of it from out of town. And those dollars allow agencies to hire more creative people and produce ads such as this one for a Spokane radio station. Developed by Anderson, Hurd and Associates, commercials like this prompted a Los Angeles-based ad executive to refer to the work in Spokane as refreshingly surprising.
Where we have been most successful, I think, and where we have gotten a good reputation is for looking at something and come up with a different way to do it.
That's advertising. Tomorrow night, public relations. It turns out they're not flax and shills anymore. Maureen?
Jim, are big local companies using our local ad agencies, or are they going elsewhere?
Well, the one company we mentioned in the story, ISC, has an out-of-town agency, but they say if they ever become dissatisfied with them, they'll come back to the Spokane agency, so it's working.
Jim, basically you're talking about dollars that are coming back to these Spokane ad agencies, but that brings to mind a question about whether they stay in town when they produce.
A lot of the production is done here. They will go out of town sometimes to get actors, but we have good music people here, writers, a couple real good people in town, real good photographers, and real good production houses. So that part of it's staying here. They'll go out sometimes to shoot the talent part of it.
Good news for Spokane.
Look
Thanks
forward to
very
part
much,
two.